Hiya guys, Storm20111, I hope we are doing well today, and in this video I have got NBCC099 Coco Bandicoot, Crash's younger sister, who is a technical genius and an engineering prodigy, and first introduced in Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back as an NPC. But when Crash Bandicoot Warp came out, she became a playable character. Only in a few levels, but when the Insane Trilogy came out, she became fully playable, and I wonder how many bags are in this one. So let's find out. Now, if you're gonna open the bags, kids, just make sure that you get an adult to help you out with that. So, like last time, we got the instructions with the parts assembled, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bags. So quite a bit, so I'm gonna have a bit of time to try and sort it all out. See you guys in a second. Guys, before I tell you how many colors there are, take a look, because that has taken me quite a bit of work to do. There is, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors for Coco Bandicoot alone. 10 colors. This could be a bit of a workout for me to get my building muscles flexed. But anyway, let me tell you guys what I've got so far. Starting off with the yellows, we've got some 2x4s right here, then some 1x2s, some L's right here, a 2x3 right here, some 1x1s right here, which is the smallest pieces in the nanoblocks, in any nanoblock sets. Take a look. It practically nearly disappears into my fingers. It is so small. It's 4mm by 4mm by 5mm. It is that small. So that's why you gotta be careful when building these things, because they could get easily lost. Alright, so carrying on, I've got 2x2s right here, 1x3s, some 2x2s with a bit of a edge on each one, some 1x4s, 1x2s with another edge on them, then some 1x2s right here with a step on them. Now, let's go to the orange one. We've got 2x4s, 2x3s, 1x3s, 1x2s, 1x3s with 2 on them, 1x2 with 1 in the middle, some L's right here, and some 1x2s in the form of a step. Next up, the grays. We have got 2 2x3s and a 2x2 circular. Pinks. Now, quite spaced out, but I will try my best. 2 2x1s, a 1x2 with a 1 in the middle, a 1x1, a 2x2, and a 2x2 with 1 in the very middle of it. Next up, the browns. Oh, this is definitely a long explanation. Hope it doesn't take up most of the video. Some 2x4s, some L's, 1x2, 1x2s, and 1x1. Then, onto the cream, we have got 1x2 with an edge going upwards to the bit. Then a T right here. Next up, we've got blacks. We've got a 1x2, another 1x2 going up, and 5 1x1s, circular ones. Next up, lime green, we have got 1x2s, 4 of them to be exact. Then for the whites, and now when you are sorting the pieces out, make sure that you do it under a bright light, otherwise you could get the pieces mixed up. We have got little 1x1s right here, 1x2s, and another set of 1x2s right here. Almost lost it there, guys, with an edge on it. So let me just take a piece. There we go. And finally, for the blues, we have a 1x4, 2x2s, 1x1s, 1x2s, 1x3s with 2 pieces, pegs, and finally 1x2s. So, with the 1 in the middle. So, yeah, that has been quite a explanation, guys. So I'm now going to put them all aside and then get them all ready to go for step 1. That has been a long one to do. Okay, step one is done, and I'm glad that everything is over with the organizing. So let's start off with underneath Coco, at the bottom of Coco's head, two yellow 2x2s right here. Then onto each side was an orange 1x3. Then in between those was an orange 2x4. Then behind it a brown 2x4, followed by yellow L's right here to start forming Coco's hair. Now, a little bit tricky, this next step. So, what I did was, I did a yellow 1x3 on the left here, then a yellow 1x1, then an L right behind it, so that I can cover the yellow square at the bottom. Then I connected it in the middle of the orange 1x3 on the left hand side. Then I was a little confused at first, but I managed to fix it. So another brown 2x4 right here, where the L starts to connect. Then I did the brown L's on each corner. Then the yellow 2x4 right here. Then I resumed on the other side with the other yellows. What I did here on the left, I did on the right, but in the exact opposite. So the L was where the point was going into the west. Then a 1x1, then 1x3. Then at the back of the hair, I did a 1x2 on both the left and the right hand side. So that is it for step one. I'm gonna get moving on to step two now. Okay, so for step two, not normally what I'm used to with the build, but normally we just work from the base to the top, but this time it was a complete 180 on us. So what we did was once we did step one, we had to go underneath it. So I had to do the orange 2x4 right here. Then next to it was the orange L's right next to it. So the 2x4 orange, I had to put it in front of the brown underneath, so that there was a nice transition for the colors. Then in between the L's was a 1x2 orange, and that was it. So I was a little confused at first, but now I understand why they did it. It's just for a good foundation. So now I'm going to get started on the next step of the build. Okay, so step 3 is now done. It was originally a 3-part step, so I'll show you what I had to do with it. At the bottom here, we've got the cream 1x2s on both in front of the T cream right here. So one here and one here, one there and there. Then on top of that, I had to put on a black little round curved 1x1 on its own at the front. Then I had to put a orange 1x3 right here. Then between each one at the back, heading for this part, I had to do a 1x3 with a with two stubs on it. Then a 1x2 with one stub on it, and then the same again, but on the opposite side. So a 1x2 on this side, and then a 1x3 on this side. So that was that. Then for the third part of the step was an orange 2x3 with a black 1x1 on its own, curved for the eyes, then a green 1x2 on its own, then I had to attach it to the head, then I had to do the white 1x2 on each side for the eyes to finish them off. So that is that for step 3, and now I'm going to move on to step 4. Okay, so step 4 is now done. Real quick, I've done the black 1x2s on top of the ones from the previous step, right here and here. Then in between them, I did an orange 1x2. Then behind that, I did the orange 2x3 right here. And right next to it on each side was a green 1x2 to form the rest of the pupils. Then a white 1x1 on both sides. Then behind each one was a yellow 1x3 to help with the hair. Then a brown 1x2 in the middle of each one at the back. Then right next to each one was a yellow 1x3 to help out with more of the hair. Then again with the same yellow, we did 2x4s right here and here, and the 1x4 here for the back. So now I'm going to move on to step 5 of the build. Okay, so I've now done step 5, more of Coco's head. So I've done the orange 1x2 at the front here, then black 1x2s to cover the circular 1x1s on their own, then 1x2s which created the eyelashes, I believe, for Coco, and then I had to do a bit moving around because I thought these brown L's were on top of the green 1x2s, and they weren't, they were away from them. So they were behind the 1x2 with the curve on them. Then a yellow 1x1 in between each one to fill in the gaps. Then a 2x4 right here in the middle. Then 2x2s, one on each side here at the back. Then an orange 1x2 like in the step motion. Then behind that a yellow 1x2. Then a 2x4 right here to form the rest of the hair. So now I'm going to move on to the next step. Okay, so more of Coco's head has been done. So I did the orange L right here, then a 1x2 right next to it, then a 1x3 right behind that, so I had to make sure that was spot on. Then I did the two brown 2x4s right here. Then behind each one, where the orange 1x2 steps were, I did a orange 1x3, then a yellow 1x3 behind each one, where there was a nice little gap in between. And then at the back, right here, is a yellow 2x4. So that step is now done. So I'm now going to move on to step 7. Okay, so step 7 is now done. So I started off with the orange 2x4 right here. Then I moved on to a 1x3, then a orange 1x2. Then I went on to the brown L's and filled in the gaps that they created with yellow 1x1s. Then at the back, I did a 2x2 right here, then a 2x4, an orange 1x2 on each side, I think for Coco's ears. Ooh, don't know why that keeps coming loose, but never mind, easily fixed. Then I also went on to the back for Coco's hair, where I did the yellow L's, then a 1x2 step to form the rest of the hair. So that was it for that step. So now I'm going to move on to step 8. Okay, so I've just completed step 8. It was a 2-part step, which was easy to do. So I started off with the 1x2 yellows in steps right here. Had to get 3 of them, and then a 1x1 on its own, so that it would create a nice illusion. Then on top of those, I had to put in a yellow 2x4 in between, all of them in the middle. So then I went on to the second part of that step, where I had to do a yellow 1x2 with an edge on it, then a 2x2 with the slope on it, and of course a 2x3 right here to fill in the rest of the the part below it. Then a yellow L right here where the 1x2 slope is, and then a 2x2 on its own. So now I am going to put this part on top of. Hope I've done it correctly. Yeah, according to this, should be on top right here. I believe that is correct. Looks like it. Not 100% sure. Let me double check my notes. Here we go. Leave. Yes, it looks like we're supposed to be done like this. There we go. And that is it. That is the front curl of Coco's hair done. So now I'm going to move on to step 9 of the build. Okay, so we have just done step 9, and it does look a little puzzling with the gray 2x2, the circular one right here, but I have checked not only the instructions but the box art, but it is done correctly. Now, before I did that, I did the yellow 1x2 right here, right next to the step 8, step 8 of the build, then a brown 1x2, then behind each one, I did a yellow 2x4 right here, then a brown 1x1 on both sides, then a yellow 1x2, Then here at the back, I did the two 2x2s with the slopes on each end, so that we're working nicely towards, well, to building Coco's hair. So now I'm going to head on to step 10 of the build. We are carrying on with Coco's hair on step 10, so I started off with the yellow 2x2 right here, then I did the yellow L to fit, for the gap, then next to it was a yellow 1x1, then another 1x2 right here, followed by a yellow 1x1, then a yellow 2x4 in a vertical alignment, then a 2x2 with a slope here, then little 1x1s right here and here, then another 2x2 with a slope, so that we are carrying on with the hair as planned. So now, I'm going to move on to step 11. Okay, so the step was done. It was really easy to do. What I did was a yellow 2x2 right here. Then I went on with a yellow 1x1 right here at the front. Then a 2x2 with an edge on it. Then yellow L to create the gap. Then a 1x2 with an edge on it, then finally a 1x4. So we're slowly but surely working our way to completing Coco's hair. So we're going to carry on to step 12. Okay, so step 12 is now done. It was just nice, short and sweet. I did a yellow L right here, then a yellow 1x1 right here where the edge is, then the yellow 2x2 slope right here, then a 1x2. So that was it for step 12. Now I'm going to move on to step 13 and do the build on camera for you to see. It's just the yellow L, and you just plunk it right here, and you've got the top of Coco's hair done. And that's that. So I just believe that I need to carry on with Coco's hair for step 14. Okay, so I've just done step 14. So what it was a little part to it that you had to do. So you had to grab the 4 1x2 steps like this. You had to do one side like this, on the other side the other, and then put them together and put a yellow 1x2 together on top to keep them just to keep them all together as you put it onto the model. Then we just put it onto Coco's hair, I believe, like this. There we go. Bingo, we've done the back of Coco's hair. Now we just gotta do the front of it. Now, the instructions do say keep it turned upside down, so I believe you just have to do Coco's hair like so with the last of your 1x2 steps. I hope I have done this correctly. I believe I have, yes. If I can just pick up that piece from the floor. There we go. Nice. So we've now done Coco's head and her hair. So now I'm going to get started on Coco's body. Okay, so I've now done step 16. So we are starting off with Coco's body. So what I did first was a pink 2x2, then a blue 1x2, then it's 1x4 right here. Then on top of them, I did the pink 2x2s with the stud in the middle, so that we can do the 2x2 blue here, then a 1x2 right there. Then I just had to do a white 1x1 right here, then a 1x2, and then behind that a white 1x1. And when that was done, I moved on to build Coco's arms. I did the 1x2 with the edges on it, right here at the front, as you can see. If I could just focus that, there we go. Then a orange 1x2 in a step form. So that was that for this step. So now I'm just step 17 is quite easy. I might as well show you on camera. So what I had to do was grab a white 1x2, pop it down. There we go. Pop the white 1x2 down like that, then the blue one by one, on like that. And that's that. So now I'm gonna go and get started on step number 18. Okay, so I thought that I'd show you guys step 18 and 19 because it's practically the same. Only difference is with step 18, you've got, well, I'll show you the similarities. First of all, it is a orange L and then orange 1x2, and you have to form it like so. This is for the right hand, this is for the left hand. And then we had to grab a 1x2 with a stub in the very middle. Now, for the right hand, it's just an orange one, and for the left hand, it's a pink one. And then we just pop them onto Coco's arms like so, and that is that. Coco now has her hands. So I'm now going to move on to step 20. Okay, so I've now just done step 20 for Coco. So let me show you, tell you guys the similarities. So for both legs, I did a grey 2x3 for the base of the shoes. Then for the front, I did the pink 1x2s. Then behind it, it was the 1x3s with 2 stubs in the middle. Now I did make sure that they aligned with the pink stubs so that they're not wonky or anything. Then for step 2, I did a blue 2x2 square, then 1x2, and a 1x1 at the back. So that's that. For the left leg, I did a 1x2, then a 1x1. If I could show you guys, a 1x2 right here, then a 1x1 with a stub in the middle. So that's the first leg done. And for the other leg, I had to do a pink 1x1 at the front, then a 1x1 at the back, and a 1x2 with a stub in the middle. So that was that. So now I just need to pop them down, well, into Coco, really. Though I think here we go, I just have to put them in the middle. Like so. Boom. And unless I've got them the wrong... yes, I do have them the wrong way around. That was why. Haha. There we go. There we go. Unless they are further away. Intended. Here we go. There we go. And now for Coco's head to go onto her body. Now I just have to make sure that it is in the correct spot. Oh yes. So, right here. And that is it. Coco Bandicoot is now ready to program some support for her brother Crash. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, why not check out my latest video right here. If you haven't got anything to watch on the weekend or one of your days off, why not check out my playlist right here. And if you aren't a subscriber to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified on my latest videos. Hope to see you again soon. Happy gaming. See you around.